for once I'm not going to start a series by explaining why I've not been uploading. I'm just going to play Hearts of Iron, which should be fun. So, the 3-day war was an event hosted by Paradox, and my good friend Adaway was involved in setting it up. And so he told me about it, and told me about the fact that I might be interested to try this challenge, which comes out as a result of it. If you go on the Hearts of Iron 4 Twitter, and maybe in the description of this video if I'm feeling generous, you will see that this save is linked. This is the save at the end of the game. It was England versus Germany, and England won. And they had a cool system where they had like a parliament of elected players governing the things that England could do. And all round, very cool idea. But what we're going to do is give this a go and see if I can start in the position that the devs ended in, because the devs were playing as Germany, and pull out a victory. So that's what we're going to give a go to tonight. If you give me mere moments, I will set up some different music, because while the Hearts of Iron 4 music is very good, I have heard it all together too many times. I am also doing this on Twitch, by the way, for those of you watching on YouTube, if this ever gets to YouTube, because recently when I've tried to stream and do a long recording, my voice has just given out, and I have been unable to do so. But hopefully that will not be the case today, and this will make it to YouTube. But if it does make it to YouTube, be aware that I may chat to people in chat, but in a way that benefits those of you watching on YouTube. I haven't streamed on Twitch for ages, so maybe no one will show up, and then I'm all yours. Where the heck is my gaming soundtrack mix? Here it is. Here it is. Let's go with some Oblivion. That is rather loud though. Let's tone that down. Alright, there. Oblivion is very nice, but let's be real, you're here for my voice, not for the Oblivion soundtrack. Okay. Cool. So, the situation in the world is pretty much Endsieg. It's not quite Endsieg, mostly because the enemies are not as powerful as they are in Endsieg. But we have on our side Japan, some nations in the Middle and Near East, basically the kind of main Eastern European states. Finland is on our side, and we have some North American allies as well. I didn't actually notice that last time. I have done a small test game where I managed to stabilize the front, but then I decided, I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll stream it. So what we do want to do is, first off, obviously, we need to do some setup and get things kind of in order here. It's a real shame that I didn't get to take control like a month earlier. I think if we took control at the beginning of December, this might actually be easy. As it is, it's going to be tricky because the good defensive front lines are basically already passed. And as you can see, we've got paratroopers landing behind the lines. The devs were not using NATO symbols, so I will not use NATO symbols. So it's easy to tell which of our troops are which. First off, the government. Right now, they have a guy lowering division attrition by 8%, and a guy raising attack. Now, attrition, I mean, how much attrition damage have they taken in the last 12 months? 6,000 pieces of equipment, 3,000 total infantry equipment from attrition. You're telling me you'd rather have 8% less of 3,000, so I mean, here, hey Siri, what is, hang on, hey Siri, what's 3,000 divided by, see, this is starting really well. You can tell I've been recording lots lately. What's 3,000 times 0.08? 240. So you're telling me that you want to use this slot to save 240 infantry equipment per year. Maybe you instead want to get Gert von Rundstedt, the best military high command in the game. So we'll change that. That's the first thing that we do. They don't have a material designer. Jesus. They also don't have a chief of air force, but that's fair because you need, I mean, this guy's trash. So you want one of these guys. Material designer. Well, I think we might want an infantry equipment designer. And then we are going to have to wait a few days to get desperate defense to get us that entrenchment speed and defense, which is going to be extremely important. Gain understore focus. Wow. They really never changed that? Anyway. So, wait, improving relations in Finland? Because you want to call them to arms? But they're never going to do that. Because they obviously have dangerous borders against enemies. And moreover, I don't want to call in Finland against the Soviet Union. Because as long as the Finns are in my faction and the Soviets are, not occupying them, the Soviets will keep men on their border. So for God's sake, stop improving relations. That's a terrible idea. I'm going to, obviously, this is the end of the campaign. The devs knew they were losing. I'm not just trying to rag on them. Okay, we've got some war bonds that are running out soon. We have, no civilian factories. But when we do have any available, we do want military factories to be prioritized. We can finish building this. We got, not bad, oil gain. Why have I got 76 oil? Where do I own that has oil? It's not down here. Oops, didn't mean to quit. I think I can see that from here. We're importing. We're importing oil from Romania. Okay. And is Romania our ally or just our or a puppet or what? I don't think we have any puppets. Yeah, we have no puppets. So we're just importing from them as an ally. So it is costing us 9 civs to import all that oil. I think that's a good idea though, because we do have a fairly sizable air force. An air force which is nicely organized. Oh, and they've attached some of them. No. You never do that. You might sometimes want to do it in multiplayer, of course, but in single player, you manage them yourselves. How do I unattach an air wing? I've actually never done that. Okay, let's get these air wings organized. You're about to attach this air wing. Yes, good. All air wings come here. You naval bomber wings, come over here and bomb the lower Baltic. Okay, so we have got some problems here. They look like they're going to be able to break across into Sweden, which I really rather they wouldn't, because there are quite a lot of factories in here. Right now we're on civilian oversight. And we've got some compliance. Can I see how many of these factories I'm actually getting? Can I look at this state and get a summary of the proportion of factories that I get? I don't know that I can. By the way, Austria-Hungary, would you like to give me garrison support? No. Would anyone like to give me garrison support? Oh, you will give me control of a state? It seems unlikely. Yeah, unlikely because it's not the case. Anyone? How about you? You're not even at war and you won't give me garrison support. Who else are we allied to? Right, yeah, Japan. Hey, Japan. Yes, there we go. Japan. Give me some garrison support. We'll on pause for an hour. Japan didn't reply. That's bizarre. Maybe it takes a few more days. Is that a new feature? Japan might take control of our faction, which we don't care about. Because they won't. Because we're going to start making some gains. Let's deal with the situation here. So logistically speaking, we have some infantry equipment. Quite a bit of support equipment. Quite a lot of light tanks. Loads of light tanks. No medium tanks. And no medium tanks deployed either. No, we have 900 medium tanks deployed. Okay. Let's organize. Let's organize the army first. So, obviously, looking at the different fronts that we face, there's the Soviet front, the Allied front, and the Balkan front. The Soviet front, I think, will pretty much take care of itself because in my brief test game. Thank you for the subscription, Human. It's very kind of you. There is a new thank button on my Twitch panel. What does this do? Thanks. Oh, it auto types the thing for me. Cool. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. So, Romania, you're actually not in our faction, I now realize. And you won't join. Okay, but that's fine, because that means it just shortens the Soviets' front. I'd rather you were in the war. Maybe we will declare war on you later to grab your stuff. Grab your oil and all that good stuff. In my experience, this front and this front will basically deal with themselves because remember, Italy, France, the Soviets, these were all controlled by AI. European Union, sorry, the United Kingdom was controlled by players. So they are the scary one. So what do we do first? Let's go top round to the bottom. We've also got this dangerous naval invasion. It appears that the devs were not garrisoning their ports, which is, that old chestnut. These guys are also on very low equipment. Possibly because... I mean, they have supply. I wonder why they're on such low equipment. We do have a Chinese army. I assume because there was some kind of victory condition about controlling maybe Brunei. But, yeah, so this is obviously gonna go away. All you guys come and dock in this port. And what we're gonna do to make these guys come home is we're gonna make a new division. And this is cheesy, but like this is a terrible situation, so I don't mind being cheesy. We're gonna make a division with the lowest possible amount of infantry equipment, which I believe is infantry, but it's been a long time. Let me just check. It's not cavalry, is it? No, it's definitely infantry. So we have now this tiny little infantry template. And when you make a tiny infantry template, note that we have 2,300 pieces of infantry equipment. If we switch these guys to this new template we've made, we will instantly gain 19,000 infantry equipment. Boom. There you go. And now we can just delete these guys. And technically they're encircled, which 6 units are... So where are these? Oh, there's some units up here. Well, you're not encircled. So who's encircled? You guys I can delete. 2 units are encircled. No, they're not. They're in a port. Now, what is it talking about when it says... These ones probably count as encircled because they're at sea. What do you mean by 3-day war? Are you fighting the devs? No, so this was the game the devs played versus some people controlling the UK, and they lost. And we're going to try and win from their losing position. That's the name of the game today. Do we have any men? Like, where are the rest of these guys? Yeah, there's those two, right? Let's just bring them out. And then, like, where else? There's a bunch here. That's all of them. Okay. So, you guys. Can I delete you guys? No, 4 units are encircled. No, they're not. What are you talking about? Oh, I know what it is. It's because they are encircled. Because the Danish belts are controlled by the enemy. The Straits of Gibraltar are controlled by the enemy. The Suez Canal is controlled by the enemy, and we do not have a land connection. So there is actually no supply connection from our capital out here. It's just local supply. That's why they count as encircled. So there's no way we're going to be able to get them unencircled without like trying to do a naval invasion and seize the Suez or something. So now that we've made them give us back most of their equipment by switching them to this small guy, we're just going to delete them. And yeah, I don't care about the East, not one bit. Cool. So, meanwhile over here, you guys are going to be in one army, and we'll go like this to this can go. Well, no, I'd rather do it the other way. We'll start down here because I like to have left to right to be east to west in terms of front lines. They were using a Rundstedt battle plan, which is a terrible idea. You should never ever use that in a tough situation because, of course, you need less men to hold West Wall than you need to hold like Berlin. And they only had an extra 12 guys in this region. That's not a sensible concentration of force. So, you guys, but not you, because you're currently in an attack that I don't want to stop. We will have under... Who is this again? That's Manstein, right? So, we will have a attack plan like this. And we are going to relinquish the Mossland. We've already lost control of the state, because Saarbrücken, or however you say it, was taken by the Allies. And so we're going to fall back behind the Rhine. It's the obvious place. I would really like to be able to hold Frankfurt, but it would be really tricky. We will try to hold Frankfurt, but I do not have high hopes. So yes, we're going to come back to here, and then we're going to... That one's already included. The other one. And then we're going to try, like... I mean, we could try the more aggressive hold, rather, which is like this, because these are all hills. Hills and woods. So we do something like this. The devs got destroyed. They did, which is not very surprising, because people that like play games professionally, I don't know if you know this, but they have more time to play games than developers do. Which is not very surprising when you think about it. So you guys are retreating to here. You really need to hold so that you don't get overrun by this guy. But he's got 2 days, whereas you'll be there in like 1 day. 11 hours, even better. So let's have you guys go to Frankfurt, and we will, like I say, be cheesing it up real nice. So you, good man, I'd like you to last stand. We can't because you're en route. Okay, not you. Different general. Rommel. Do not let Frankfurt fall. Frankfurt has some of our military factories. It would be great if we could hold this line. Of course, if that doesn't work, it's okay. We'll just fall back to this line behind the river. But I'd like it if we could hold a little bit more aggressively here. Now, you guys are all going to pull back, but we need to try and make it an orderly retreat. So we will have people stick around as necessary to make sure that this line doesn't crumble. You guys can head one that way, one that way. Cool. And you guys, because these guys are going to arrive in time, you can immediately start retreating to Frankfurt. These guys are going to reinforce. The line is also already broken here. Will we be able to stop them? How good are their infantry? They're pretty good. We'll look at our templates in a minute. For now, we're just drawing front lines mostly. It would obviously be nice if we could cut in here and pocket these divisions, get an early win under our belt. Dresden is empty right now. Right. We're supposed to be organizing troops. So you guys, you're going up to Weimar? Why? Why are you going to Weimar? Why wouldn't you go to here? That seems far more sensible. Because taking here, we can get Leipzig back under our control. That gives us... Oh, actually, I think Dresden... No, we need a few more states and either Leipzig or Dresden. Yeah. Okay. That will be good, but we need you guys under someone's control. So, next up, this guy. All army will be lost. Which army will be lost? Well, it doesn't matter. We can reform it. Cool. So, you guys are going to be responsible. Yeah, and this actually doesn't need to be a fallback line, does it? We can keep that as a attack plan. We'll need to reissue that move order. Okay, so red boys. Let's see what we can do to make an aggressive play in this region. We've got some planes. We've got our tanks concentrated in this region. Seems sensible. Now, I believe that is a tank division. Those are tank divisions. So tank divisions, of course, should be under their own field marshal and their own general, specifically Guderian. Because Guderian can be assigned Panzer Expert. Okay, and Guderian will get Zired coloration. You are an infantry army and will be colored as such. Good. Okay, so the tanks, currently all our tanks are here, and I believe those are all our tank divisions. Let's make the tanks. So you are the Kaiser's great idea, your medium tanks, okay? Yeah, that's fine. We can go with skulls for medium tanks. And then these are light tanks. No, these are medium tanks, but these are this is a 40 width medium tank division. Okay. Let's get you little skulls then. And then we've got any other tanks. No, so this is the 40 width, which has dramatically too much artillery in it for the quantity of artillery they've actually got. Then we've got these light tanks, which they're not using. You telling me they've got no light tank divisions? With 1,600 light tanks in their back pocket? That seems foolish. Let's duplicate this. We've got lots of army experience. Let's build a light tank division. Why would they have no light tanks? I guess they just hard switched to mediums and thought they had the production to keep up with it. You should always drive it into the ground. Can we also have the save? Yes, let me get it for you. Give me mere moments. Here is a Dropbox link. Available now in chat. They tweeted it. So this is light tank 20 width. Save it up. They obviously are elite. Oh, did they not elite their other tanks? It didn't elite the Stronks. Okay, well, we'll elite them. This template can go now. Where's their... Wait, where's their garrison division? What? What? Pourquoi? Why would you make this your garrison division? This is terrible. You're welcome. You're welcome. The garrison division, everyone knows. Well, maybe, I mean, guess not everyone knows. Apparently the devs don't know. But this is the correct garrison division. They haven't invented military police. What? They haven't researched. What is this? What? Interesting, interesting. Some mistakes were made, I think is fair to say. But, you know, it's multiplayer. Mistakes get made. So we don't care about the cavalry brigade. Marines, sure, I won't delete it. Motorized division, we do not care about. Light Panzer division, they already had it. Maybe I didn't really need to fully redesign it. No matter. We don't need it. Basic infantry division. They still have 19 18-width divisions. What? Why? We will deal with that momentarily. So they went straight from 18 to 40 rather than from 18 to 20. Curious. Okay, well, obviously that will get changed. This is a 20-width infantry. And then it just gets more infantry. We don't have the artillery to really go hard on that. We could take out the engineer companies, but we actually have lots of support equipment in the reserve. Like we've got 3,500 to burn through. So, it should be fine. We'll save that, and we will be switching our guys over to that. In fact, we might want to do it right now, because 18-width infantry is just... I mean, that's horrendous. Are they the only ones with this icon? No, they're the garrison division, but they don't exist. There are 11 templates for the garrison division one, which is 10 width. Okay. Fine. Those could be useful for port defense, but we will make them pawns because they're small. So those that still remain this should be the 18 widths. Yeah. Never use 18 widths. Never do that. So we will switch these over to 20 widths. And they'll have to get pulled out momentarily just to look. These are all infantry divisions, which are just 9 battalions. Yeah. You should have 10 battalions. There we go. And now I can delete these. No, because it's being used as a garrison template. Good point. Let's create a new template to make an actual efficient garrison template. Now, until we've invented military police, it's fine to use 2-width cavalry. As you note, as you scale this up, that the division's hardness doesn't change and its manpower plus infantry equipment to suppression ratio does not change. So you can just use this. This is the correct one to use if you haven't got military police invented. If you do have military police invented, the correct one to use is full cavalry with a military police support unit. That way, that military police support unit cost in support equipment is effective relative to more cavalry divisions. But this is the military policing division we'll use. This is MP. And we will invent military police in the fullness of time, in all likelihood. Should we use this symbol? What seems appropriate for military police? Death squads. It's a bit... Here, devils, because they're not very nice. Sounds good. And then... Where do you do occupied again? It's here. Go ahead and use the military police, which will achieve, at less cost and less manpower use, precisely the same thing that this was using. This was achieving. So... Well, it says the suppression is higher. I don't think that's correct. I could be wrong now, actually. I'm pretty sure the suppression isn't higher. It's just that you will need more of these divisions for this. But this number here is manpower per suppression. And this is production per suppression. And that's what matters. So we could, of course, use light tanks. You know, there is a case to be made for some harder units. They get hit less hard in resistance attacks. But harder units you know, are dramatically more expensive. So... We'll go with these guys. And... Cool. Seems good. How's the audio bounce, by the way, chat? Is the music the right volume? Should it be louder, quieter? We are... Okay, we spent quite a lot on spy stuff. It might have been a marketing rather than a strategy decision, if we're being honest. Why have you decrypted Luxembourgs? Okay, it's interesting. I think decrypting, like activating the bonus, is pretty terrible, except for the breakthrough bonus. We appear to have recently had a spy network in Russia. We have 2 guys, one captured by China, one captured by the Soviet Union. Okay, well, we will endeavor to rescue them. It's going to take some support equipment, but it seems okay. They didn't recruit any foreign agents. What? We'll send the linguist. Commence when ready. And then we'll also try and save one from China. Wait, where is he? Captured by China. Yeah, so why aren't I seeing a mission available on this screen? Like I said, it's been a while. Do I need to have a spy network in China already? That's probably it. We'll send over 2 gentlemen to build a spy network in China. And then our surviving guys, you should probably, yeah, just stay on defense. You're building an intel network in France in Württemberg. No, just do some counterintelligence. And you do some. We've got like a lot of serious foreign influence right now. That's probably just from when there were players, and like now that won't happen. But we will see. We will see. Okay, so next up. Why can't I? There we go. What was I doing? Right, template stuff. Anything else? Are you using Mountaineers? Why do you have 1 division of Mountaineers? That seems like a curious decision to make. They are expeditionary forces. From who? Isn't that us? Oh, they're from Poland. That's I'm inserting a black bar above the Polish flag for no reason. All right, these are Polish divisions. That makes sense. So these guys we need to bear in mind probably suck relative to our big boys. Yeah, they haven't got any artillery. You haven't got any artillery. Okay, cool. That's good on garrison stuff, I think. But wait, sorry, we must still have one of our units using it, otherwise it wouldn't be showing up in my templates list. So, come out, wherever you are, little mountaineer division. There you are. You're over here. You can become a 20 width, which is this one. And then we just need to remember that the Kaiser's chosen, which we will need to rename, are the 40 widths. Cool. And this, I like this symbol. Well, I prefer this one. Okay. And we have an artillery deficit of 1,500, despite having 2,000 stored pieces of artillery. Okay. Ah, because we got them from the Chinese division. So we'll see how those reinforce, and then we may end up reducing the amount of artillery in our divisions. So divisions are now fixed. These guys are all flying there. Let's once again return to trying to make this fallback line work. So you two, you're going here and here, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. So you are attacking here. Let's have you try and push them out of Stuttgart. One of you should probably stay still. You two go there, one go here, one goes here. Seems fine. Wish that Austro-Hungarian guy would attack Munich right now. But it's okay. We can do it with this guy. And we'll put kind of reactive units under Manstein. Sorry, Guderian. Under Klug. And that will work nicely. Like that. Good. Next. The tanks are short on equipment. What are you short on? Medium tanks and towed artillery. Because right, we have no medium tanks. So they built... So we have a choice. We could either delete one of the small medium tank ones, or we could switch the large medium tank down to the smaller ones. And given that it's inexperienced, I'm going to do that. No, we'd so much rather have... But we're not going to be able... It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. I think we delete one of the smaller medium tank divisions such that the other one can be fully equipped. That is going to be the play here. You don't need to attack Leipzig. Attack here. Is that how you say it? Leipzig? I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay. You guys are in this army. Next. So how much do you go around to about here? Okay. You can take a few more divisions. So let's have you go in here and kill whatever this front line is. Okay, you're up to 22. And you have everyone in that area under you now. Yes, apart from you. You can be added. 23. And there's 24. Nice. Now you guys need your assigning. Okay, and you two assign here and tell you to walk here. Okay, you should be on the front line. So they are being pushed back. It's potential we'll be able to move back in here. The guys in Frankfurt may all perish. You can get the save game for the 3-day war. They posted it on Twitter. Let me get it for you. There you go. Have fun. Next, you boys need to be under this guy. We will draw your front line accordingly. And finally, you guys. Excuse me, you guys. All need to be under you. You're all very welcome. All need to be under you. An army will be lost, but that's just one of the purple boys. It's not a problem. They're launching a counteroffensive into Rushstock. I don't think that's a thing likely to be met with success. You are currently being convoy raided, so I will kill you. Just trying to go and recover a very small amount of manpower. And we are going to try and pull this back to Stettin. I will try and hold Stettin. It's a city, right? Yeah, cities are nice to defend. But we will do the same kind of staggered retreat that you've seen we're operating on the other front to try and avoid... Ooh, that's real risky. Just one guy holding this. Very tough. Very tough. We will probably bump up an extra 3 guys to make sure they are always in Stettin. There aren't very many Soviet divisions here, so ideally we seize Danzig and Kolsin, thereby encircling them and wipe them out. You guys, we're going to put under someone else and do a little bit of a last stand, see if you can hold the line there. Sending reinforcements to you is pretty dangerous. We do have some submarines active right now. Are you active? No, you should just come back here to Königsberg. And then I think I'll have you on... What I'll do is I'll have you... Yeah, okay. Convoy raid this area, but I'm going to have you on... do not engage. No. I'm going to have you on engage at low risk in this region. And we'll see how that works. Now we have a scouting force of submarines? What? Don't do that. You guys can convoy raid on the same basis. And we have our main fleet, which is rubbish, but that's to be expected. Which is currently sitting in port here. Well, I will have it move out, and we'll see what we can do. And then we have just more subs. Okay, we can get merged into here. We'll have it come out and try and provide a little bit of shore bombardment. Hopefully allow us to hold back this attack. I'd really like it if we could not lose Sweden. Because there's a lot of factories in there. You can join this army and come down here. You guys... hold here. Can you frontline this one? I think this is one of the ones that's bugged, right? You sometimes can and sometimes can't put a front line there. Yes, we'll just fall back line. That's fine. Now, down here, I think I'm going to yoink U6 and hope that'll be enough. And we're going to go and see what we can do about this little Danzig naval invasion. And 2 of you, or maybe you 2, can come and try and take Kolsin. You can withdraw from that. You can move in. Good. You should be on this. So hold those attacks. They're not... that was not my attack. Fair enough. Bit of a weakness notice here. Let's see if we can exploit that. And in fact, temporarily I'll use 3 of you to help. If we could get in here, cut them off here, quickly liquidate this pocket, that would be a nice start to our military engagement here. Now, who's overstacked? You are? Okay, well, why don't we have you 2 go and help over here. Now, you're still 2 overstacked. Really? It strikes me as surprising. Have you got some guys elsewhere? He does. So some of you guys that are under him, you 4, why don't you go on this front instead? So now this guy is overstacked. Who's under? You are. Okay, well, we'll just shift this front line a little way and have all you boys join in this one, which leaves you at a mere 14, which means we can give you an extra couple of tiles. Like so. Ooh, though you should not have stopped. You're still over. Well, who's better here? Both of these guys suck. Not have anyone with an infantry expert? Let's swap out you. I don't know why Manstein's being used. He's only got 3 attack, and defense doesn't matter. Let's get this guy in. It's going to take him a little while to arrive, but that's okay. Okay, the falling back gentleman. Let's make a change of plan on you. You can go into a new army They're just doing a bit of a fallback, so that's fine. And we will reassign these orders. So you guys go like so, like so, like so. Good. You can remain on this one, and should be retreating in this direction. You guys should move back. Pronto. Okay. No one is overstacked. Next step is to give some primary orders and then get the Air Force organized. So we are going to lose ground over here. And you know what? We're not going to be able to hold Frankfurt, actually. I can't retreat anymore because I last standard him. So, alright, we will try and hold Frankfurt. But it's going to be very difficult for us to do that. Especially because, of course, we are temporarily without any bonuses on that general. So 5 guys are moving into Dresden. Can I hold them long enough to move these troops into the city? I would say it's unlikely. This attack should go very well. The reinforcement of 1 marine will not change things, and these guys are moving in that direction. They are trying to move over here. It's unfortunate. Hopefully our Austro-Hungarians in the east... I should do a save, just so if we lose I don't have to do the setup again. Okay. Everyone is moving back. This should be under control. You guys are not assigned correctly. And yes, they're going to call in a bunch of people. Oh, and I think he just gave us a bunch of manpower for garrisons from Japan. How much did we get? Only 20,000. It looks like they may have fixed that bug. Where you used to be able to get essentially infinite quantities from the AI, which was kind of funny. You guys, as soon as you've arrived, may all just retreat immediately into Frankfurt. These guys are going to take heavy casualties trying to hold Frankfurt, but that is a cost I am willing to pay. You guys should strat redeploy down here. I just heard a naval invasion sound. They're naval invading around here, apparently. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to convoy raid them. They are trying to convoy raid us here, which is just that convoy that got caught on the movement. UK is clever on Iraq, fair enough. Force of habit, I suppose. Oh, they are actually managing to cause us a problem here. Yes, our divisions aren't great. How are the Marine divisions? Just average. Well, these guys are super low organization, so let's actually try something here. Maybe we can keep pressure here. We'll have to see. I would like to get them out of this pocket in short order, but we will see. You 40 width into us, presumed 20 width or 18 width from the AI there, so that's good odds. We did manage to hold them here, and how many of them are in Copenhagen? Not enough. Okay, let's see if we can push and hold this tile instead. That would give us all the factories such as they are in Sealand, which I believe is how you pronounce that. You 2 tanks and you guys, let's see if we can get this pocket done here. Don't have very high hopes. We could push into Weimar. I know I was saying, like, why would you push into Weimar, but if it's winnable, it's not highly winnable, so let's not do that. They have too many divisions just there to push properly, so let's try pinning them while we sweep in from behind. Get me Leipzig. They did manage to get their men into Dresden in time. Okay, hold off on Dresden then, while we try and secure our control over this little Weimar pocket. We are pushing them out of Stuttgart. They are now in Ulm. Let's just crush them there. And we can now crush them out of there, but you guys should not be moving off the front. Okay, you guys did get caught just at the last minute. You should leave post-haste. Frankfurt is still holding, and we have reinforcements coming in, so let's try and push them out of the forest next to Frankfurt to establish a more defensible line. You are retreating in. You can move to Frankfurt, like so. Got them out of Munich. Nice. And yes, so in the south, not much action. On the Soviet front, they're likely to get rid of the isthmus rather, but not too terribly concerned. Over here, things seem to be stabilizing. Let's grab those 6, actually, and let's get serious about this, because this is, I mean, it's a deep cut into our rear that we cannot allow. France has called in Sweden into the Iraq War. Fair enough. You guys hopefully will be able to cross there. This tank is under threat, and there is a certain encirclement risk here. Let's have you move in here. And you as well. Or maybe you could move this way. Secure the rear again. Frankfurt defense seems to be going well, which is nice. securing that victory point and those extra factories. We're out of here, so let's get these guys moving. And if they're not currently under attack, I am actually content for them to attempt to strat redeploy out of the area. Okay, this is all under control. Munich falls. Let's move you to here. We could do it just a few more guys there. Well, no, let's bring you up here. I think that's where the greater risk lies at this point. Meanwhile, did you win? You didn't. Let's get a few more guys here. Ooh, we really don't want them to cross that river. Let's bring some more boys down here. You should not be moving in that direction. Let's have you come over here. You should be strat redeploying. Good. Now, the air. First off, close air support, fighters, attack bombers. Okay. Okay, let's put 10 here. This, I think, is the area of prime concern to start with. We'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fighters. 2 close air support and 1 attack bomber. Go there and focus here. And then the rest, I would like some fighter support over southern Germany. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fighters there to start with. And then let's see what we can do about fighting over Poland. It looks like the Soviets are not deploying any air right now. So let's do, sure, just a little kind of 2 fighters here. That one's going to fall. 2 fighters here, just to give some nice air superiority to help our allies inflict more casualties on the Soviets as they are pushing them back. Then another 6 fighters here. And then the rest, I suppose, out of Poznan, flying here. Good. And then all of them can just fly, you know, their respective missions. And we will use increased air crews here. Okay, they are flying. Okay, no, there are a lot of planes flying over here. Never mind. You can turn away. Hello, Bonsai. Hello, Frappuccino. You guys can come down. From here, they get pretty good coverage. We'll do that for now. We'll see how things shake out versus Eastern Germany and Western Germany. That's what they're called, aren't they? Yeah. What else? How many planes do we have in reserve right now? We have 600 fighters. Well, planes in reserve are planes going to waste. So let's get some new air wings. Is this the Cultist Simulator soundtrack? No, this is Oblivion. I should play Cultist Simulator again. We have to use German manpower. I would like... Oh god, these are fighter ones. That's it's not great, but we'll try. We'll try. Home field advantage is not to be underestimated with fighters. You guys defend here. We can blow up some of those. Some of their air bases will have been damaged as they pulled back. Well, rather as we pulled back. Okay, I'm pausing again. We are. Why are you not carrying out the orders as I instructed? Probably because I did it wrong. You guys are continuing to fall back. You guys can now join them. Nice orderly retreat here. I will have some of you. That puts you over. How many have you got room for? 3? 3 might be enough for this. I'd like you to not be in Frankfurt. There we go. Okay, you guys. Fall back here. Good. Okay. This pushback is not going so well. Let's hold that. Should not have gone so low on organization here. That was a big problem. But with reinforcements, let's see how this goes. You moving into Frankfurt. Okay, we got him here, so you can move up here. The attack on Leipzig is stalled again. How about here? Potentially more promising. Let's give that all we've got. And bring in some people to avoid an old uncovered tank advance problem. Looks good. Okay, you... So this situation is not great, but once these guys deploy to the front, I think we'll be able to ramp them back. We could try a more surgical strike. Let's do that. You 3 stay on this area. The rest of you can go all the way around here, and we'll do a little push along the coast, because that way we don't have to go through this forest. You can pull back. And we can lose these front lines. So we are going to abandon Verpommern, which is not great. You know, there's some factories there, but defending in plains is just not a sensible use of our manpower and our limited resources. So how are we doing on equipment? We now have a surplus of artillery, infantry. Excellent. We're going to kill this 18 with division. Never going to use them. Never going to use mountaineers. Right, the light tanks. Oh, I made such a stupid mistake. We killed the medium tank division. We should have switched it to the light tank division. So how many light tanks does this use? 300. So we have enough light tanks for 3, 4, 5. 5 templates. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we probably get some 10 widths and switch them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these gentlemen, they've been working in these small battalions, but suddenly they're light tanks. We don't have enough motorized. What do you mean 1,000 light tanks available? Does this not have decimal places in this tooltip? That seems very silly. Alright, well, slightly fewer of them. Can we do it with this many? Yes. Cool, so 3 new light tanks deployed here, and we will deploy them to our current area of tank operations. Or do I want to use them to try and secure the situation in the north? Yes, let's do that. You guys are assigned to here. You guys keep trying to hold that line. I don't want to see any breakthrough here. If that gets joined up, that's really bad. We want to keep control of the Stettin port, for sure. This push is a bit inconvenient. They haven't attacked my main fleet yet, which is good, because I really don't want them to. But they will find us eventually. They're going after our subs, but that's okay. Hopefully the subs can manage to retreat. I haven't looked at what the subs are designed, how the subs are designed or anything like that. This front appears to have stabilized as predicted. Things over in Yugoslavia are not looking great, but the Yugoslavs have a lot of troops here. It's mostly just Americans, which obviously were not designed by a player, so they scare me a lot less. That was our supply situation, so it's not actually great, but if we could retake Leipzig, Dresden, Kirstrin, I'm not sure how you say that, then we should be in a much better situation. Plains-wise, they have dramatic supremacy over here. We are getting bonuses against Italy because we've broken their cipher. Here, meanwhile, we have pretty easy supremacy, so let's switch you guys over here. How is the casualty ratio? Bad. Like, extraordinarily bad. I think I will continue fighting here just because the place is so tough. Now, we need to address our logistical situation. They had 50 on fighters. Interesting. The grill... So, the Kaiser's great idea does have medium self-propelled artillery in it. But, I mean, there's no... We're not going to build any of those. Not soon. We're not going to build any light tanks, not soon. We're not going to build any anti-air. Well, I mean, actually, line anti-air, I have had some success with it lately. Support anti-air. Which we couldn't afford right now, not for all of them, but the AI just doesn't use air enough for me to think that's worth it. So we're going to abandon that production. Opal Blitzers, we need at least some of those. Sport equipment, of course, is important. Junkers, I mean, yeah, but there's too many AI fighters. They're okay at using fighters, they're just not look good at using support bombers. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Research. We're researching ground support integration, which is pretty good. Airland battle. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention they weren't superior fire doctrine, but superior fire power doctrine, which is terrible, but oh well. It's not terrible. I mean, there were big nerfs to some of the others, but it's still pretty bad. This is also laid out wrong. You should always low prioritize upgrades, of course. Doesn't make a huge difference in the long run, but it means it takes an extra month for your supplies to reach the front line because they go. If you upgrade someone rather than reinforcing someone when both those things are needed, then the equipment goes first to upgrade, and then the next month it will go, or the next supply tick rather, it will go to the people that need the reinforcement. We're using some dockyards to repair. We have 2 whole dockyards. Wow. This looks right in terms of proportion of troops applied to what. I think we actually... No, it doesn't. Don't talk crap. We need to produce dramatically less planes. Not dramatically less, actually, to be honest. But we'll produce something like this. Does run us out of tungsten. Minus 1%. Well, 0.5%, I think we can survive. I will go up to that. 10 on this. Any more go onto this. And then, if you want to put a few factories on panzers once we reclaim them. That looks good to me. Okay, cool. They also haven't invented the 1942 infantry equipment yet, which is pretty bad. Fuel refining, yeah. I mean, it's important. I can't say it's not. New cannon, yeah. Ground support, I mean, we can come back and do it later. But they might have used a bonus to do it, and I'm not sure if I can tell. Which countries are your allies in this scenario? Well, it's me, Austria-Hungary, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Estonia. Those are the ones that are actually in the war. Actually, Estonia's not in the war. The other ones I just listed are in the war. We've taken Sweden and Finland and Estonia are allies, but they're not in the war. We are also allied to Japan, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Iran. All of whom will probably fall to the Soviets, but we'll eat up some of their troops for a while. It looks like a really tough game. It's pretty tough, but I think it's not very doable, but it's doable. Cut in here. The freed up men from the Saarland, sorry, from the Mossland. And where's the Saarland? Saarland is like here. Is that the Saarland? Anyway, I don't know my German geography very well. I'm hopeful we'll be able to cut in here. Not really deploying like we need to. So, oh, we can't restart the fight either because there's. Wait, why couldn't we restart the fight then? Stop the fight. Start it again. There we go. Get the full combat width. Come on. No messing about. We've got some more guys coming up here. No one's overstacked anymore. Once this guy arrives and this guy arrives, it's going to put us in a better situation. Yes, division recovery rates on tanks is vital. Tried this earlier and got destroyed. This is my second attempt. Ooh, that's not so good. I did a little trial run, which went pretty well. So I have high hopes. You can start this attack early. These light tanks, of course, are actually horrendously unreinforced, so I shouldn't be using them at all. You actually reinforce faster. Don't know if you know this, but you gain equipment faster the closer you are to your capital. If you're in debug mode, you can hover over a tile, and it will show you the relative rate at which you will reinforce when in that tile. What happened to the Japanese AI? They went Shogun, and then they were at war with like the Soviet Union and China, so and the Allies. So fair enough, honestly, that didn't go so well for them. If we're being realistic. So we are now contested here, which I don't like, but the fight is not really here. In fact, the fight is so not there to the extent that I'm going to move all my fighters over Eastern Germany. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put one more. Well, no. Let's go here. Because we want to be fighting where we're using this more ground crews, and we want to be having them concentrated force to whatever extent we can. By the way, I did look in my test game. We're not going to be able to request... Oh. Never mind. It's changed. Okay. We can get a bunch of expeditionaries, apparently. Wow. Okay. Wow. This is going to make it much easier. So we can get tons of extra divisions under our control, which is going to complicate the control of these fronts, but that's fine. The Japanese... The Shogunate's going to give us 18 divisions. Afghanistan is going to give us some divisions. Panama, Iran. Iran's got a few for us. Lithuania. This is a very strange implementation of this interface, by the way. How many countries should we show at once on this list? Oh, 3. 3 seems like a good number. Colombia. Venezuela. Venezuela is going to give us a bunch. Okay. 20. We just got 86 new divisions. Nice. So, you lot. We'll have a new theatre for expeditionaries. Is there a button to request all they give? No. That would make far too much sense. There should be. There obviously should be, I dare say. But there is not. So, 19 divisions here. I'll just move this guy out of that theatre. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, well, I can fix that in a second. So, you guys... New guy, new theatre. Field Marshal. I mean, yeah, sure, Kurt. Someone else promoted him, might as well use him. And you can have Manstein. No, you can't have Manstein. You can have this guy. So I will try and repel the invasions against my allies, just to tie up more allied troops. So we'll put, a few divisions on each of these invasions. And some here. You and you, then some down here. You and so are you. And if we can deny the allies access to the aluminium around here for as long as possible, that will help with our air war. Because I don't know if you know, but this place is very large quantity of aluminium produced over here. Will you give me that state, by the way? Apparently they have control of a bunch of states. Oh, let's give control. I was control of state. Will you give me this? No, because it's the only one you have occupied. And no one else is going to give me garrison support. I just want to do one more check on that, because it'd be really nice if it wasn't our lads that were dying when the resistance caused trouble. No. Okay, that's all those guys assigned. And then obviously we'll port defense there later. What else? So we got some guys over here from the Japanese shogunate. Lots of guys from the Japanese shogunate. They just gave us pretty much all their guys. Okay. You guys over here, and I'll give you someone good, because I want you to keep the Soviets tied down on this front line. And obviously the ambition is we push up to something like this. What a ludicrously defensible front line that it is. Cool. You all go to that. And all of you that aren't currently here, oops, should immediately begin moving towards this port. Okay, good. Who else did we just get? Where else do we get troops? Over here. Right, so you lot. I don't remember whether expeditionary forces get disbanded when their nation of origin, as it were, surrenders. But we're going to work on the basis that they do not. And we're going to try and defend something like this. Like, we don't have enough troops for this, don't get me wrong. I do know that. Especially because aren't you at war with everyone? Oh no, these guys are actually not at war with the Allies. Well, except Iraq. And that might change as time goes on, but we'll see. Okay, well, we'll try something like this to start with, hoping that Iran doesn't go to war with India, but they may do. We certainly won't call them in. And I'm not going to pay that much attention to our expeditionaries. These guys will fall anyway, but I'm just going to try and make them hold slightly more sensible places. Okay, who else? Where's my unassigned divisions icon? Ah, nowhere, because we put them all under this guy. I remember. So, we got some guys over here. You lot and you lot. Okay, you guys need, obviously, a good general. I mean, Manstein's not great, but he's okay. And you need to... I think Austria-Hungary will hold this without my help. Let's try and get him out of Croatia. Maybe we have some over here, just in case Austria-Hungary does the dumb thing they're currently doing and attempts to launch attacks rather than just defending on the dangerous fronts. So we have some extra boys here now, which is nice, and you guys can fall back. So you, of course, are over now if I do that. So what I will actually do is add another army to this side. And you guys are going to be reassigned. This army is responsible for West Wall. And it will get a less good general. You'll do. And it will also get responsibility for this section here. Good. And that way, we have some room to put more men up here, which I think is where is likely to be fiercer fighting. So, some of you, you're the 20s? Yeah. Well, there's quite a few of you. Let's deploy you up here, the 20s especially. We actually have room for all of them. Let's put them up here and concentrate some force in that region, see if we can get that Leipzig situation handled. What else do we need to do? Nothing? I think nothing. You should be on hitting them. And you could actually sail rather from here to here. Okay, you guys still haven't been attacked. Still looking like you might be able to get across here, which would be really nice. If only you could deny them this airbase, by which they're probably flying into northern Germany right now. Okay. Anything else? I think we're set up to like properly start now. Oh, yes, one other thing we should check. You must have some more guys. Yes, we have some from Austro-Hungary. So, the Austro-Hungarians. First off, where are they? Second off, how are they? Right now, they're helping on this front. And honestly, I think we'd rather that we had a stronger defensive line against the Soviet Union. And this is a nasty line to hold. Don't get me wrong. But that, I think, is what we are left with. Now, that's going to take away quite a few men that were helping us over here. But I think I would feel better about having my flank secured. Are any of you any good? That's actually like an amusingly good division. Stupid combat width, but amusingly good, because like that's a lot of artillery. And if it's full on equipment, which it isn't, but it's got quite a few artillery in it. Do you have no naval superiority in the Baltics? No, definitely not. They've got big ass carrier fleets roaming around. Invade the province next to Copenhagen to cut it off to cut it off from supply. We could try that, but they have got big fleets in here. Like quadruple our supremacy, so that ain't gonna happen. You can... No, that's fine. You can leave once you're done. So yes, we will be weakening our defenses here slightly, but I think that's okay. If it encourages the enemy to attack more aggressively, that would be good, honestly, right now. Because you take far less casualties on the defensive, so... I just want to check. You're not... Please don't call Iran in against the Allies. They haven't yet. Good. Okay, so these guys are all withdrawing with haste. Dominion of India just joined in. Does that mean you're at war with India? No. Good. Okay, these guys moving over here will be good. Okay. You... not very well placed. That defense is going better. Once we get through here and push towards Colson, that situation will improve dramatically. Okay. It's their save game, yeah. Thank you for explaining to people in chat. Sorry, I just need to reply to this text. Alright. So here, this is not great, obviously. They have... Wow, those are nice infantry divisions. 300 attack? How are you pulling that off? Some planning bonus. Heavy intel advantage. Yeah, that's fair. How about you boys? Let's try and get these lads in here. This attack is a little worrying. You guys want to hold off that attack. Get some more reinforcements in there. Yeah, they've got some nice divisions, but we should be able to turn things around. Pretty serious west wall attack. You bring down some of these smaller divisions to help out with that. 3 divisions really isn't very many to hold west wall. Fine, I'll turn around another 40 guy to come over. Okay. So, who's attacking Leipzig? Stop that. Ah, still not pushing through here. Okay, well, in that case we are going to fall back here to avoid encirclement. And you boys can head down here. Ooh, baby, that's a bad situation. What is this attack? just Christ tons of them. Okay. Well, if we can fill the combat width, I'm confident we'll be able to hold it. We broke them here. That's excellent news. Has been a while. You're not wrong. I think actually we may just put these guys on the front rather than messing with a particular fallback line, because our allies, we should be supporting our allies in whatever fights they're taking, even if they're not in the perfect place. We did manage to push in here, which is very nice. Good old Rome 1 soundtrack. Okay. So, successfully pull back here. So where are we going to push then? I mean, like, the really big brain players, you do like a massive breakout here and then encircle all these guys, but I think that would be a bit tough. Cross this river yet? No, and the British are about to arrive. God darn it. Might have to call that off. I'd so much rather be holding here than here. But yeah, with the British arriving, we'll give it a go. I'll let it play out. There's a chance. Okay, now here. Not sure. Not sure. This is obviously a problem. Let's try and drive them straight back out. Should have the numbers to achieve that. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, we're in here. Good. If they just leave Coulson with most of their guys, leaving one terrible division left behind it, that seems ideal. Who's pulling back their expeditionaries? Hey, we took Copenhagen. Nice. So, try not to immediately leave the city. These guys need to reorg and redefend. Let's just probe. What do we got here? Not many divisions. Okay. And the guys are leaving. So, if you can just keep their carriers tied up in a pointless battle against my submarines for as long as possible, then that will be excellent. Stop extending the front lines without my express consent. Okay. You guys moving in. And sure, let's just go risky here. Good. Now, I think we fight for every inch to get pushed out of these woods. Ooh, that's a real weak tile. Let's quickly... Oh, excuse me. Let's quickly yoink that off them. Situation down here is delicate, but I think we're holding it together. They're no longer actively attacking Frankfurt, and we have definitely managed to stabilize the situation at the west wall, it seems. Finished building that extra refinery, and they've pulled out of here, probably an anti-pocketing maneuver. Looks like some of them strat redeployed. Let's see if we can punish them harshly for that mistake. Get in here. Not you guys. You guys can head up here. Yeah, good. Yeah, all in there. In there. Dresden is empty. Now that is a strange decision. Let's see if we can retake the city. Ooh. The recapturing of Dresden or Kirstrin would be a good, nice early win for our military campaigns here. And if we can re-establish a wood line here, I'd love that as well. Maybe we put pressure here. Oh, there's a lot of guys coming in, but if I can put pressure on these divisions so that they're on low organization, that would be good. Let's make sure we got everyone deployed on the front line in this attack. We did immediately beat them here. That's excellent. 40 wits can stay here. Okay, you boys, with one exception. Let's see if we can take that port. And then if we can cut across like here and here, get these guys pocketed. They've got some tanks in there. And it looks like the Allies have left the Danish thrown devices again. Not a good plan. Very serious offensive being attempted here. Trying to cross this river. Look at that. Attacking across the river with a recapture bridge tactic being deployed on our side. We will move some more men in just to try and really secure that victory. And if we could have every available troop making the best available effort to try and retake this area, that would be good. Meanwhile, over here, looks like we are going to get this mini little pocket here, which is nice. Might as well keep pushing them here. We're going to be moving in just a few hours, then these guys will be encircled. Dresden has been recaptured. Look at that. thing of absolute beauty. So, these two tanks. There is still a encirclement potential here. Get some planning bonus on you. The supply situation is not great. I guess we recapture Leipzig a little bit earlier than I intended. Reduces the encirclement potential, but will improve the supply situation. The recapture of Kustrin, I don't know, has improved the situation up here as well. There goes that port falling into our hands. Nice. Slice them apart, pocket them by inches, and we should be in a good place. Meanwhile, up here, we have indeed pushed them out of Copenhagen, giving us control of a nice little pile of civs. Will we be able to cross this river? They are very badly organized, so yes, it seems we shall. Which, good to have more places to fall back to. And then we'll just probably hold there. We could also push in and try and hold the Kiel Canal. Which would be a bit of a bold move, but that would give us control of the Danish belts, which would effectively trap most of the Royal Navy in the Baltic. Would be interesting. Would be very interesting. How does this look? Not terrible. We're going to win the battle for Leipzig. You guys should have a planning bonus before we launch an attack like that. So, these light tanks are now fully equipped and ready to be deployed up here. Grand. Supply. Stabilizing mostly down here. Just that little Weimar pocket and Thuringen pocket that's causing some problems. Not pocket, but area. You guys did indeed manage to march in here. That's sweet. We can all redeploy onto this attack plan now. Need this plan now. Get in here. And if you could get them here, since we've got that nice multi-directional attack. Get full frontage deployed. Exquisite. Get these guys coming straight into their rear. Oh, no, excuse me. Straight in there, seems good. So with 3 divisions, we will try. We'll try and push to the Kiel Canal. If they're going to let me do that, why not, right? Leipzig is falling. So there goes the UK's declaration on Iran, which will pretty much scupper any plans to defend here. But, oh well. We'll do a little last-ditch defense. In fact, you know what? Let's just... I'm just going to give back these expeditionary forces. We'll let the AI position them where they will. Which divisions are these that don't have a general? Right, you guys. You need a good one. Rommel, he's okay. He's got 4 attack. It's pretty good. Situation on the Soviet front. It's not superb, but these guys have just arrived. It was just the Poles holding back the Soviets until now, remember, which is freaking impressive. Very historical. You guys cut in here. Denmark has capitulated, giving us access to their equipment. Nice. So, we will see if we can manage to push down to the Kiel Canal. If not, this is a perfectly good place to hold. And this, at least briefly, gives us control over the Danish belts, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Over here, Battle for Leipzig rages on. Going pretty well. Ooh, they've left this tile momentarily undefended. Let's see if we can exploit that to our full advantage. If we could, that would be very nice. They have got some reinforcements in here, so call off that minor attack. Just get me Leipzig. And you, frontline needs a little bit of tweaking there. Some of you could switch over, actually, as well. This front is quite nice. It's quite stable. But, of course, we want to retake Berlin. There's a lot of factories in there. Looks like they've left a little weakness in their line in the north. Perhaps we could push in there and then exploit that. No longer a weakness. Never mind. Let's play defensive in the north for now. Once this gets closed up, we'll have a lot of divisions available to clean things up. Meanwhile, in the south... Oh, Jesus. Not good. Not good is what is in the south. I need to immediately pull a large number of troops to deal with this. Let's put you in here. Yeah, that's bad. That didn't happen in my test game. Probably because the Austro-Hungarian troops deployed down here rather than to the Soviet front. Alright, you boys are needed immediately. And that's obviously extraordinarily bad. We will see if we can hold regardless. Ah, they got reinforcements into Leipzig just in time. Darn them. Alright, hold there. I think the tanks are going to be needed. Well, I mean, it's not really tank country down here. Austro-Hungarians are still deploying men to it now that it actually borders them, which is good. Down here, let's see if we can make some moves with our expeditionary forces to worsen their supply situation. If we could push through here into Split, obviously that would be superb. Meanwhile, we do not have enough for that desperate defense, so we will do that. Defense is a very unimportant statistic most of the time, but could help, could still help. Who dares wins indeed. Good. So these tanks, I mean, they're not being used, sure, we'll use them down here. On the defense, they're still fine. Excuse me, this one, thank you. Get down here to Munich. Supply is fine generally. A little bit not perfect in the north, but that's okay. Nice little pocketed Soviet tank divisions to wipe out here. Rather, they didn't manage to expand from Danzig, so we'll move some guys in there. Meanwhile, bit of a weakness here. See if we can exploit that. Push into Berlin. That would be great. This is really bad. Like, I can't believe I didn't notice it. That's embarrassingly poor play. But anyway, we'll see what we can do to correct my mistake. Drive them out of here. Good. Got them pocketed. Keep pressure on them. They'll be out of supply soon. That attack is not working, so we'll hold that off. This isn't a mountains, so... Ooh, little invasion down here. We will send some boys to try and help with that. It looks like it's just a Dutch invasion, so not very scary, but nonetheless. Should be taken seriously. More people being called in. Looks like they're going to hold Leipzig in the end after all that. Oh well. Hopefully they will have deployed too strongly south, and that means we're going to be able to make a push in the north. So, things here. Not looking good. So, no Kiel for us. That's okay. I'm content to hold here. How many men are there in your army right now? Just 12? Oh, you actually aren't under these guys. That's foolish. You can switch. Whoops. That's not right. Why are you in the expeditionary army? Come under here. There we go. You guys go under here. Oh, I never switched them back over once I took the expeditionary forces. I remember. How did you get invaded like this? This is a save, which someone will hopefully link for me in the chat. This is a save at the end of a multiplayer game, where I have taken the role of the losing side. I'm going to try and pull things back from the brink. That's the idea, anyway. Things are not looking so good down here, but at least I'm not losing my Tyrol. You know, it's AI-owned Tyrol, so it's less sad. Extend that slightly. Okay, up here in the north, looks like that attack is stalling. That's fine, let's pause. Find the weakness, exploit it. We don't need to try and hammer into difficult attacks for now. Let's get in there, pocket them. Nice. Looks like the Soviet front is pretty stabilized now. No major offensives from the AI there. Meanwhile, in Iran, obviously, things are not going so well for them. How about Japan? Things looking pretty good over here in Japan. Let's make some moves. See if we can slightly shorten this front. As long as we can just lock down those Soviet troops over there, we're in pretty good shape. Logistically speaking, we've got honestly enough to train up some more divisions, but we don't want to train up these divisions because there's too many artillery. So we will change them up, like so. This is the 40 new version. We can get quite a few of these. I will include training for the ones that can get infantry equipment. We're currently in a surplus of infantry. No, slight negative, so we'll keep one less. Good. Not garrisoning the coast and major cities. We should garrison the coast. You are not wrong. My intent was to use these guys to garrison the coast once the situation was stabilized inland, but you're right. So we will garrison the ports. Thank you for the call out. You guys, we're using just little 10 wits because all the idea is that they just slow them down a little bit. We do have quite a few ports in the Baltic after all. I think those are only ports, really. I'll take one good guy and put him in Königsberg, because I really don't want to lose Königsberg. You can come in here. Good. You're not moving east, are you? No, good. Oh, meanwhile, as soon as we hear that, dangerous naval invasion. Okay, this should hold, I think. How the save game came to this, I have no idea. I didn't watch, to be honest. Maybe someone in chat can enlighten us further as to how it came to this. But it was devs versus streamers and like YouTubers. And streamers and YouTubers are, you know, usually better than devs because they have more time to play. So, unsurprisingly, when you play professionally as opposed to code professionally, you're better at playing. There's just no one in here? Okay. Well, won't question that too much. Drive them out of here, get these guys pocketed. Oh yes, and as someone points out, paratroop defense is irrelevant because the AI doesn't use paratroopers. They were never taught how, essentially. Which is kind of amazing. but that's just how it is. You go up to the front. Thank you. Yes, the numbers of troops we're getting on the front here does kind of begin to feel like a Ragnarok situation. I will not be streaming for a hugely much longer time, by the way, just so you are aware in chat. I will probably play this save game some more in the future, but at the moment I'm not able to do the super long streams I used to. Oh, that's not so good. We might be able to hold that, but that's a tough fight. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot, actually. Holding here is harder, because you can be attacked from two directions, which means they can get up to 120 rather than 80 combat width. But we'll still give it a go. We'll fight the good fight. Down here, we're trying on air superiority, but we should probably try and shift quite a lot of our attention down to the Alpine region. Might be able to surprise them. No, they've got tons of planes there as well. You know, it's a player game, so they've been building a huge number of planes. We don't want the AI learning to paradrop? Oh, I do. Can you imagine how easy it would be to farm kills if the AI paradropped? You know they wouldn't do it very well. So production-wise, everything's pretty much filled back up again. Nice. I'm going to use these tanks to try and just finish off this Danzig pocket. Seems smart to me. Cool. Now where did the light tanks go? Oh, it's in the south, that's right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a difficult front, but it's still mostly mountainous. Our agent was killed. Don't really care much, to be honest. Oh well. We'll be able to recruit a new one soon. Okay, you guys, stay here. Let's get this finished so I can free up all these troops. There's a big push into Danzig, and then we'll be in a good shape. Yeah, so this is going badly. Let's pull back. I will try and hold Copenhagen, I guess. Captured a Soviet operative. Nice. So we'll start to get loads of intelligence against the Soviets. These guys, I mean, this front's pretty stable. We could try... Let's take 5 divisions first and move them down here. Try and reinforce this front instead, because there's a lot of French divisions down here. Ooh, battle for Stettin that we're losing. That's concerning. There is no river crossing, of course. And I think this is 3 and 5. Yes, we do need to keep control of this, keep control of the state, but it's just one civilian factory, so... Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if we have to fall back from there. Okay. Iran's obviously crumbling here. This fight's going fine. So I think this scenario it's highly winnable. It would take some doing, no doubt about it. But it's definitely winnable. We're probably not going to win it today. I mean, I'm only going to play for like, I don't know, not very much longer. But it's definitely winnable. I may return. I may do some more tomorrow or this evening. We will have to see. They're getting some nasty supply attrition down here. We should just kind of hold them here and make them keep attritioning forever. Ooh, that's quite a few of them down here as well. Once these guys have got some organization back, we'll try that push. Stettin does seem to be holding now. Basically, usually, anytime you can actually just stabilize your fronts against the AI, eventually you'll win. Because they'll attack you, right? And when the AI attacks you... Oh, crap, these guys are actually going to fight. I didn't notice. So now they're trying to repair, but that will be incredibly slow. When the AI attacks you, they lose more men than you, almost always. So unless they have a truly ridiculous advantage, and sure, I mean, there's a lot of people against us, but unless they have a truly ridiculous advantage, you can usually hold them off and then eventually win. Or they could launch an attack like that and just kill us. That's also plausible. Let's pull some of these guys up north and the tanks. Try and hold that. That is a serious offensive they just launched. Just as I'm talking about, you know, well, we seem to be holding them. Maybe they were just building their planning bonus. That's a bad fight. You're being attacked from too many directions. Let's fall back from there. Move more men into these. That's a bad tile to be holding. Ooh, well, that gives me an opportunity to relieve it at least. Fierce attack on Frankfurt. Let's move one of you across. But the thing is, like, if we just look at casualties right now, we're at 1.4 million, it's not really going up. Where's England? They're going to be taking... Well, we're not taking many casualties. There we go, it took another 1,000. Another... I mean, look at this. It's rising fast. They've lost like 10,000 in the last 4 or 5 days. Sorry, 4 or 5 hours. I think you guys need to be urgently redeployed. Over here. Good. So we form back from there, as planned. Good. So, I mean, you know, that looked real bad for a second, but it seems actually it's doable. And if you can hold them, you can win. Because they'll lose more manpower attacking than you lose defending. Dramatically more, like spectacularly more, because defense is just so much higher than breakthrough, and being consistently higher defense in their attack is very doable. If we look at some of these fights here, we have 1,000 defense and they have 11 attack. Like, it doesn't actually matter that our defense is so much higher than their attack. It just matters that it is higher. But oh boy, is it higher? Is what I was saying, yeah, essentially. Freaking fact that Danzig has a fort, though we have broken the fort now. It's making this more of a pain than it needs to be. But looks like we're winning at speed now. We will move the tanks over the river to finish them when needed. Yeah, so it's definitely winnable. The save is on Twitter, and I will link it again. Just so that you can have a go for yourself. If you want to give yourself a challenge, it's linked in chat. But yeah, it was fun. It's been a long time. Oh, stop that. It's been a long time since I streamed. But it's been fun. The Battle for Stettin was won, and they have substantially weakened their northern front. Let's move in there, shall we? And yes, they let us in here. I think they'll let us in here as well. And when the AI attacks you, they attack you until they run out of organization, which is why they're so easy to beat. Because they just mindlessly attack you until they run out of organization, and then you can immediately counterattack and annihilate them, which is what's going to happen here. Because they've driven themselves all the way down, and then it's not possible for them to regain any organization, because now they're being attacked. We have so far managed to hold Copenhagen, which is pretty impressive. Oh, we have a free tech slot, I didn't notice. Well, we should definitely get Probably this first, because it's the first fastest return on investment, but then we'll get the better infantry equipment. And this is annoying. Like if we'd managed to contain this, our lives would be much easier. But the fact that they broke through there might be what emboldened them to start a big attack. And them starting a big attack, I can't stress this enough. Them starting a big attack against us is good for us, very good. Take this town, it'd be great. Shorten the front dramatically. Let's give that a go. Attacking across the river here is not smart. Meanwhile, these guys are going to retake Berlin without too much trouble. There's air-land battle. Nice. And, the retaking of northern Germany is underway. This is obviously tougher. We'll see what we can do. The recapturing of Berlin seems fruitful to me. That's plenty more military factories coming back under the German motherland's control. Meanwhile, down here, the AI is just going to attrition themselves to death. Look at this madness. What are you doing? Did they attack me recently or something? Or has a fight just been won here? Oh, I'm paused, right? Like, they're taking so much attrition here. We should honestly just let them stay, so they can continue taking attrition. Just make sure they don't bust out there. That'll be annoying. Kind of scupper the whole attrition thing. Break them here, because it would shorten the front by 2 tiles, which would be lovely. Well, 1 tile, as you replace these 2 with this one. Break them. Break him. Good, and we're in here. Are we going to be able to retake Berlin? I think so. Looks that way, for sure. And has Danzig fallen yet? Still hasn't. Danzig holding firm so far, but I think we'll be able to turn that around. And if we can sweep into this river, that's an exquisite front line. Just beautiful. You guys move in. You guys move up. Perfect. And they've just done a big attack from Leipzig, so guess what we're retaking? And Berlin is reclaimed. Glorious. Cut in here. Let's see if we can encircle these guys. These guys will attack up there. And of course they're being attacked, which is perfect. Like so. 17 factories gained just from Berlin. Nice. And a refinery. And some rubber. Excellent. We are dramatically short on artillery first and foremost. Let's do that as a priority. Love that there's no actual kind of pop-up when you finish these things. You guys, just counterintelligence mostly. And then maybe we build a spy network in France. Let's see if we can cause some problems for them later. Tech. Heart attack doesn't matter much against the AI. I guess we get the next artillery upgrade a little bit ahead of time. We're not going to make the new artillery. Well, we will, but we won't be doing it immediately. Looks like we will be able to get that pocket off. Get those 40 wits across the river. Keep them pinned in here. No. We don't want to win the fight. We just want to pin them. Get across the river. Come on. I believe in you. It'd be a lovely pocket to pull off. Can we get them here? Good. And looks like they've weakened themselves sufficiently here that we can do another little advance. Not so little, really. You guys hold off. You're kind of needed there. You guys can come in here. And the supply situation will dramatically improve as we take more and more of these provinces, of course. Taking out some convoys, even in the midst of all this. Copenhagen under serious attack. But we are holding, just about. That's good. Lithuania is going to pinch their expeditionaries back. Fair enough, to be honest. You are in a bit of a tough spot. You have got the Soviet Union knocking on your door. I can't really fault you for that. So some serious offensives up here, for sure. Not to be underestimated. But we are holding so far. I think what we will do to just ensure that is this. Surprise! How many men can you fit in here? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The rest go down here. And then some of those ones that are going down here can actually go here. surprise, I have a crap ton more men. Nice. And yeah, but give me some more of the new ones. And we have the factories to keep this kind of growth rate up as well, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. That little pocket is going to come off in our favor, it seems. Pushing them through the woods is difficult when they haven't immediately attacked us, but we will manage it. And they're weakening themselves here to far too great an extent. So we'll push them there. With the tanks, we'll push them here. Bum. Get them here as well. Keep retreating, but that's fine. Come on, get that pocket off. You guys should be attacking here. Do the attack not across the river, wherever possible. Fine, fine. I'll just secure the front. No, no, no. You should always pocket. We're going to go speed 4. And they are pushing us here, so we'll try one final fallback. If they push us out of Sweden, you know, it's bad, but I'll trade Sweden for Germany any day. No offense, Swedes. Frankfurt in a tough spot, but we've got more guys coming in. And they haven't managed to make any more progress as soon as I actually noticed. Down there, so that's good. You guys, excuse me, pause. Come down here, thank you. New agent can be recruited. Why are there... I haven't got any enemy ones? Oh well. Go build a spy work in Paris. Looks like we've got a pretty good situation now on pretty much every front, honestly. Iran has capitulated. Okay, not on every front. The game hastens to remind me. But on most fronts. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's just crush them out of this pocket. Get that situation sorted. No longer need you in Stettin. Instead, one of you guys can come over and garrison the port. Good. Meanwhile, over here, that's not a great attack. Let's not do that. Never wear yourself out on an attack. That's what the AI is doing here that makes them just so beatable. They attack when they're losing, and they don't stop. If you find yourself in an attack that you're not winning, you should almost always immediately cease the offensive, because there's no reason to do it. How long have you been playing Hoi? Since like release day or the day after release. I played 2,200 hours so far. Played more in. I haven't played like a huge amount lately. I played a lot in the year it came out. I think I played like 1.2, 1.3 thousand hours in the first year it came out. Was very pleased with the game. And then when did I start streaming? It was, I'm not sure. It was pretty much just after the Gotterdammerung mod came out, so you could date it that way. Don't think I want any of these things. No. A little bit of support attack here. Actually, don't. We need to do an attack here. See if we can come around behind these dudes. There goes that win there. Nice. Most of you can stop that. Not needed. Push them here. Leave the 20 width behind to cover our push. So yeah, winnable. What's the 3-day war challenge? You load up the save of at the end of a multiplayer game. You play as the losers, and you try and change their fate. There's the save. That's what the 3-day war challenge is. And it was not very difficult. From here, it may not look like it, but we've won. Like it is now highly winnable. This campaign, we're in a situation from which I would be mighty surprised if we managed to lose, because the AI's casualties are rising at a rate dramatically exceeding our own. We've taken an extra 0.1 million. We've taken an extra, 100,000 since this major offensive began. They've taken 300,000 from the UK alone. And the UK are the only competently designed unit templates that we are facing. Let's see if we can get you down. I say that, the AI's templates have actually been getting a lot better lately. Certainly makes the game a lot harder, which is fun. Really a massive cock-up that I managed to allow the AI to take the extra land here, but really if it means, I know I said this already, but if it means they're going to try and push into here, it's all well and good, honestly. These are... Oh, okay, we actually weren't decrypting. Nice. Well, we will decrypt the Brits. Sorry. Do not move things around in a list. It's almost never a good idea to actively move things around a list with no player input telling you to do so. Ooh, big naval invasion's kicked off. Ooh, Jesus Christ. A huge naval invasion has kicked off. Okay. Let's bring over some of you lads to deal with this. Get over here. Pronto. Come on, get him out of Danzig so I can finally bring these troops to the proper front. How many men have we got worrying us here? Not that many. Let's move you guys down and up. Just to make sure they don't land here. Got that 4 that will help. Yeah, they've got 3 guys here. It's not perfect. Got some, with this 40 with medium tank though, we should be able to crush them out of there. Yes, our offensive has left us a little bit overextended in terms of port defense. Let's bring these guys back, try and help. And, you know, we're playing gamey, so sure. Have a general, have a desperate defense. Now Stettin can't fall until all those men are dead. Your men are already dead. You should definitely have a attack plan. Good. And yes, the Soviet front has been pretty much trivially stabilized just using Austro-Hungarian and Polish troops, which is excellent. Alright, get these guys. Fine, we'll get them the smart way, shall we? We will not attack them across the river. With 1 guy staying in Danzig, so they can't break out. It's a dangerous naval invasion. Don't get me wrong, that might force us to go back to our original line. But I think what I'm going to do is just reinforce Stettin. And then I think they're going to not be able to do much about it. You falling is a problem. We've got these extra guys from the south, though, that we can bring up. If you guys want to come north, I think that's advisable. But yes, with Berlin reclaimed, our industrial situation certainly is improving at quite a pace. The attack on Stettin is intensifying. Those new US divisions. So let's pull this back. Well... Or, how about this? How about we don't pull it back? How about we encircle them and kill them all? How does that sound? Sounds better to me. I think I will pinch actually all of these guys. Bring them up here. Let's be aggressive. Let's retake to Kiel. If we can do that before these guys fall, that would be great, because that means we'll be able to keep... Oh, hello. Well, we didn't have the men to garrison it anyway, so... I will try. I will try to retake it with the 40 width, but I don't have high hopes. Good. If you manage to take Weimar, you'll get control of Thuringen. It's true. It's true. Weimar is actually very weak right now. Thank you for the call out. That's going to make that... and it's a forest town, so it's nice to defend too. And we are going to get these guys pocketed if we can hold Stettin, which I think we can. Especially now we have these boys. Let's have you stay over here. Just make sure these guys don't try and break out in any other direction. The tanks arriving will shore up our defenses very nicely. And that'll get them pocketed. Nice. Push in here. You guys can push them back. Okay. Poland wants to send me some Zubar NK8. I assume that's an artillery piece. And they are indeed attempting to break out in other directions. So we just defend against them until they run out of supply, and then we wipe them out. Easy peasy. How long until you get there? 6 days. We'll get these guys encircled. Nice. Kill them all. Just wipe these guys out. Good. You can go slightly further on that. Would like to drive them back across this river, if at all possible. That attack is going nowhere. How bad was the save before? Pretty bad. They held like this area here and this area was all enemy controlled. But we pulled things back pretty nicely. Honestly, the quick upgrade to the unit templates probably made a big difference. The unit templates, they were using some 20 18 width divisions. And 18 width divisions are dramatically worse, especially in large defensive battles. Those pesky Royal Marines captured the... Oh, they did. You're right, thank you. but we've got the one in Berlin, so easy swap. I'll take that deal. There's our new artillery piece, and we will instantly use this with a substantial bonus ahead of time. And yes, landmass attack is super important because it's not just about like attacks you launch at night. All attacks include a night component, almost always in this game. So that's not going to work. Yeah, we're going to lose all the factories in Norway, in Sweden, sorry, which is annoying mostly because the loss of them. We had some compliance built up, but we didn't have the men nor the ability to ship them overseas, so oh well. We'll hold out here and inflict as many casualties as we can, and then those guys will get withdrawn. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. You guys keep holding here, please. Okay, meanwhile over here, damn, we moving out of Memel wasn't the smartest idea. I thought I'd be able to switch down here, blow them up, and then move back, but here's not. Still, we have the situation under control. And these guys are going to drive themselves out of organization that they cannot regain because they are encircled. Not very intelligent. Good. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, fine. If you're gonna be a real pain, we'll get a planning bonus and we'll just really smash you. Weimar proving a tougher nut to crack than expected, but a renewed offensive will be successful, I have no doubt. God, there's tons of these guys down here. How many divisions are there? It's 14 divisions just there. It's interesting choice. I guess it's one of the few places they currently have enough supply to put them. See how we can do with a more broad attack on this, and we got them out of there. Nice. You laddies can redeploy to here. You guys delete that. Go back to defending here in the port defense army, please. Should give a general to the port defense army, really. Bok will do. He's got nice attack value. Finally got those guys kicked out. And these guys, unfortunate though it is, are going to need to... I think I will just delete them so we can get their equipment back. Don't assign anyone to this order, you fools. Where are you? Oh, you crossed the thing, you idiots! Well, I'll disband them to get the equipment back anyway. We lost an ace. Oh no. You guys over here. We will do this. Oh, we already have that attack plan signed, don't we? Yep, good. Should be able to push across there really easily with our tank divisions. With these guys helping out. Should be child's play to push across to Hamburg. Nice. Okay, tougher a fight than I'd like to get this town, but if we could just get that so we can get this nice defensive line established. But yeah, that's a very dramatic improvement in our... we've got like 5 times the factories we had at the start, so... we're in a pretty good place, honestly. Equipment-wise, we've got loads of infantry equipment coming out now. So we for sure want to get some production going. Alright, you guys. Yes, Austria is very prepared to abandon me and hold their new fort line, you're right. It's funny. They can use the Sudetenland as their fallback redoubt. Is that how you say it? Redoubt? Rebout? I'm not sure. Okay, you get them here. And once the tanks arrive, we'd push across here and we'd win. But I think we may... Oh, crap, we actually lost Frankfurt. I did not notice that at all. We're not going to be able to easily retake it either. I think we would definitely win. Our concentrated Red Army is able to push through here. It's redoubt, yeah. But I think that went pretty well. You know. I'll screenshot that. We are, I mean, I'll swap Berlin for Frankfurt any day. We had some ups and downs, but overall, situation's under control. We got enough manpower. We got good production. We've got stable front in the east. Pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to call it a day there. And, yeah, I think things went pretty well. We managed to stabilize the front. If the front was not very much late, you know, I was saying, like, if it had been a month earlier, we'd have been in a much better situation. If it was a month later, we'd also be in a much worse situation. Don't get me wrong. Because that was almost the precipice. If the eastern front had collapsed already or something like that, then it'd be much harder. Glad you enjoyed the stream. If you want to see the next one, hit the follow button. There's tons of Hoyo content over on YouTube if you're interested. I don't stream very often anymore because I find myself very busy and tired at the end of my days of labor. But I appreciate you all coming and watching, and have wonderful days. Enjoy trying out the save for yourself. Bye-bye.